Welcome back to the She's Just Like Me podcast with your host, Issa.
And Sophie, and today we're going to dive a little bit into friendship because I think we kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger last time.
Yeah, and we're going to try and stay on topic this time.
We promise, but just thank you guys so much for the love and support for our pilot episode, and we're just happy to have you here.
Yeah, and we're happy to be here. And just off the top of my head, before we got on to the podcast, before we started
We definitely
recording,
weren't talking about what we were going to talk about before this.
no, not at all. We were talking about the Sephora sale that is going on right now. By the time this goes up, the Sephora sale already passed. But I was
Yeah.
telling Sophie that, you know, I dropped a little bit of a rack while shopping the Sephora sale, and we were just talking about like the ways to go about a Sephora sale. So Sophie said that what do you like to do during like especially during sales?
Okay, so if I can get away with not having to pay full price for something, I'll do it. So during the
Sure.
Sephora sales, I'll typically rack up like an extra or maybe two extras of my day-to-day skincare and like my day-to-day makeup, just so I never have to pay full
Love
price
that.
for it. And I'm just always gonna pay 30% off for my stuff because I have a year's supply worth like literally sitting in my cabinet. Like I have a mini Sephora under my sink.
Literally. No, she does. Trust. I've seen it. She does. She's like stocked up too. I like sent her last time she was here, I sent her home with just like a bunch of PR that I had
Yeah.
and she was like, "Look, it's in my inventory."
I
Like below
literally
her
am
sink.
using it. I currently use the eyebrow gel that you gave me, which I think
Yes.
I can't tell you
I
where
don't
it
know
was
where
from
it
because I
is. I'll have to look
genuinely
at it.
don't remember. So I use your
I
eyebrow
don't know the
gel
brand.
literally religiously, and then you gave me the Moroccan oil dry shampoo. Changed
Yes,
my
that's good.
life. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that dry shampoo changed my life.
Yeah, no, no, it's actually really good. I love that. I have the Moroccan oil like texture spray in my hair
Mm-hmm.
right now, and it smells really good.
It's so
But
good.
I ended up getting, I was telling Sophie that I got what is it called? The Vino Perfect Radiance
The
Serum or something like that
Caudalie,
from
yes.
Caudalie.
The
Yeah.
Caudalie,
So I'm really
whatever.
excited because apparently, like, when you turn 24, when you're like in your mid 20s, like, you start getting
Honey.
like acne. Like, it's like I don't know, it's like a thing with your hormones apparently, but like lately, or maybe it's just the products that I've been wearing and like, or using, and it's just like me not cleaning my brushes because like I never clean my brushes. And I know.
Lisa,
And like
that's disgusting.
I know it's probably that, but I'm gonna blame it on hormones. But I have been like getting these zits right here. Also, if you're listening on if you're listening to our podcast on Spotify, you can watch it on YouTube. Search up She's Just Like Me podcast so that you can see me and Sophie in our matching PJs. Look at
Was it
that. Look
intentional?
at
We'll
us
never know.
matching.
We'll never know if
We'll
it was
never know. I didn't
intentional.
text her. I didn't text her 10 minutes before we came on and told her what I was wearing, and we just so
No.
happened to have the same pajamas.
No, of course not.
We have a lot of matching pajamas too.
I know. Yeah. I think that's gonna have to
We
be
have a lot.
a thing until we run out of matching pajamas.
Yeah, and we'll just have to buy more.
Am I gonna have to put a pajama budget aside for this?
You will get it as a tax
Yes.
write-off for She's Just Like Me podcast. Yeah, so
True.
back to the hormones. I feel like I've been like kind of getting these zits, like deep zits. Like I used to like I've had nice skin,
They're like
like
cystic.
yeah, yeah, and like they just like don't go away. So I'm just and like after a while they kind of like leave that dark spot. So I was like, I think it's like a dark spot corrector, and it has like vitamin C in it and everything. So and
In
like Sophie uses it, her skin is beautiful.
in my non I don't know. What are these
Bias.
people called that do your skin? Dermatologist. I'm in my
Oh, okay.
dermatologist, not really dermatologist era. As I said before, I have a WebMD PhD. So in my
She
WebMD
does.
PhD, yeah, in my WebMD PhD,
Webaby
WebMD
and her Webkins PhD.
in my Webkins PhD, my
Yeah.
professional opinion is it could be a combination of a lot of things. It could be the fact that maybe you're not having as high of a water intake, your diet has kind of slightly changed, and
I have so much water.
you're introducing a lot
Yeah.
more irritants into your diet that could potentially break you out even
Dairy.
more. It could be anything
Yeah.
from maybe you're sweating a lot more than usual.
I
It
do.
could quite
I'm
literally
a sweaty
be
girl.
anything. And then our
Yeah.
skin also kind of adjusts to our skincare and doesn't react the way that it used to a couple years ago. So it also could be the fact that your skin is just ready to phase out the skincare that you're currently using into something that's going to be
Yeah.
able to actually work for your more mature adult skin.
True. She's just
It
getting old.
happens.
She's getting geriatric. I think
I
also like I kind of want to clean up my products too. Like
that okay, yeah.
clean them up, like cleaner products.
I've always been the most acne prone girly. I started getting acne in fourth grade. Um, and now, knock on wood, is when my acne's kind of sort of subsiding, but I'm kind of attributing that to the consistency of my skincare and
Hmm.
the fact that I've introduced like fully clean products into my skincare because at this point I have no
Yeah.
irritants on my skin and everything that I use is clean beauty.
Yeah, Sophie's skin looks like magnificent. I also like needed to clean up my pores because like you said, I'm like sweating and I'm having a lot more like I'm sweating a lot more not because I just like sit and sweat, which I do sometimes, but like because I'm working out more frequently now
Yeah.
and I've reintroduced things like dairy and like refined sugar
Yeah.
back into my diet. And so I think that and I'm also using like a lot more products. Like I'm trying products and like one of the things that I have to do for as a content creator is like use
Yeah.
products and like advertisements and stuff. And it's not that
Yeah,
I
of
don't like them,
course.
it's that I'll use them for the video. And so I think that that's also breaking me out. So I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that. And then I got Sophie put me because I put Sophie onto the Scarlet Poppy perfume from Jo Malone, and then she put me on to the Poppy and Barley perfume from Jo Malone. And so I
My
got
favorite
that and
perfume
like
right
a
now.
couple of other. It's so good. It's so light. Like I put it on when Sophie dropped me off at the airport from Miami. Oh my God, I was smelling it the entire time on the plane
It's
ride back.
literally delicious. I was walking at work to the cafeteria and some girl goes, "Oh, it smells like Joe Malone in here." She was talking about me. I didn't know
She
that she was
called
talking about me, and I was like, "This is the
she called you.
biggest compliment because I smell good."
No, it's so good. It's so good. It's like light and refreshing. I feel like that's like an everyday. I also ordered Juliet Has a Gun because it's so good. Like every time I wear it, Josh is like,
Love that
he's
perfume
like, I
so
you
much.
smell so good. Like I straight up put my nostrils onto Sophie's neck when I was there, and I was like, "You smell like you." I was like, "You smell so good." And I have the little. I'm wearing it today. I have like the little sample size, but I got it in a travel size because I have so many
I love
perfumes, so
it.
I just like to get the travel sizes.
But you can get the
Um,
Juliet. The Juliet is not a gun at Costco for $50, or is it
I
60?
heard that, and it's I don't know, but the regular one is like 135.
Correct, and you can literally go to Costco and buy designer perfumes. They only have like a select few. Like another one of my favorite perfumes is the
That's
Chloe
crazy.
by Chloe perfume. It's just like the little
Yeah,
like
she loves that one.
rectangular. Love that perfume dearly. That one's also at
Yeah.
Costco for like 50 or $60.
Oh my God. That's crazy to me. That's
Yeah.
absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, so if your parents have a Costco
Okay.
membership, abuse it.
They don't. They have BJ's, which is like the cousin to Costco, but
We have both.
I I
I
don't
don't like
I
BJ's.
love Costco. I love a $10 pizza and the pizza's good.
Stop. That's what we did for Estee's birthday party. We had like 30 or 40
So
people.
cheap.
We literally bought like
Mm-hmm.
5 or 6 pizza pies. That shit flew. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the slices are big. The pizza's
Hmm.
good. I mean, like, is it a New York style pizza? No, but it's like good, cheap pizza.
It's not the perfect pie, okay? We
No.
can debate what the perfect pie is, but Costco's not the perfect pie. But is it a good one? Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Have you ever tried the berry sundae that they have there? It's
Oh
like
my God,
vanilla ice
no.
cream.
Last time I went, I was way
Oh my
too
God, Sophie,
full.
you would love it.
I know I would. I have to
No,
go
you
back to
gotta get it.
Costco. I see a
It has
Costco tip
like
in my
the
future.
berry.
I know,
Oh
I
my God, I think you
saw.
should go.
Last time I
Oh,
went, I
it's
was just
so
way
good.
too
And their
full.
churros are good.
Also, Costco's
It
just too far for me.
happens.
Costco's just too far for me. Like, that's why we have BJ's and Costco, because we have BJ's literally 5 minutes away from us.
Oh yeah, I mean it's good for bulk stuff. Like the reason that me and Josh just like kind of stopped using a Costco membership is because like it's just two of us. Like we would get some bulk stuff, but I don't know. We would end up spending like way too much money on stuff that like kind of went bad. But anyways, we digress. This is what we always do. We promised you that we'd stay on topic.
We're
Yet here we
staying on
are.
topic. Okay.
Um, so Sephora sale, really excited about that. Sophie's gonna shop later,
I
and
will shop later.
I also wanted to say happy 1989 day.
To those who celebrate Happy 1989 Taylor's Version Day,
Hey,
I
Taylor Swift dropped 1989, gang gang.
I think we need to have a discussion on just a very brief
Yeah.
one before we get into what we actually want to
Yeah.
talk about. On
Yeah.
this album, shaped my sophomore year.
Yes. Yes.
This was during the era, I'm sorry, Taylor Swift, for saying this, but I hated you for a while because you dated Harry Styles.
We all did. Directioners, we all sided with Harry. I'm so sorry. And we
But
are reformed directioners.
no, correct. I'm a child of divorce. I love them both dearly, but now I've seen the error in my ways. And Taylor Swift, this is my public apology
Yes.
to you and our 14 viewers. I am dearly sorry for hating you so deeply. I don't know why. I just wanted to smooch Harry Styles.
Was it when she kissed Harry on New Year's Eve? I think that's when everything went down.
No, everything went down. It was like the last week of December. I remember this vividly because this altered my brain chemistry, okay? And this is why 1989 was such an impactful album for me because I'm like, this is about Harry Styles. It was the last week of December and he was in the Central Park Zoo with Taylor Swift and Lux. Do you remember Lux?
No.
Lou Teasdale's baby? Like their hairstylist baby?
No.
You were not that.
Yes, yes.
There we go. I knew
No,
that was
yes.
I knew that was gonna
Yes.
trigger you.
Yeah.
So that is what I saw that I'm like, I hate this bitch. I can't stand her. And little sophomore year me wanted to body slam Taylor Swift, but I'm sorry.
Sure. Sure, as one does.
No, yeah, I apologize. I love her now. Dearly. Dearly.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that this album was like such a metamorphosis, honestly, for all of us. Like it was so good. It was such a different side of Taylor Swift that I don't think we had
Yeah.
really gotten. And it was so like New York coded. It was so like fun in the city girl, go out with your friends,
Yeah.
have fun, like put this song in the car, jam out to it. I love this album. This one, I'd have to say like Red and Fearless are like my top three favorite albums. Like I just they're unmatched. And so have you
Yeah.
listened to it yet?
Yeah, I stayed up until midnight yesterday and I started directly from the bonus tracks because I couldn't contain myself. There are
Yeah.
some crazy things that she says about Harry Styles on the bonus tracks. And it's just over for him. It's over for him. Good thing that he did not
Okay,
announce a
I
Harry
haven't
Dean show
listened.
because he was going to get pummeled by the Swifties.
Wait, can you go into that a little bit? Because I haven't. Sophie has this thing where she loves to be like in the top streamers of it because she loves the artist so much, and so she will stay up until it drops. She'll save it. She'll listen to it. She'll stream it.
That is true.
I take my time with it. Like I listen to it in the gym, and so I didn't have that much time to listen to it. And my dumb ass was like starting at the top from like Welcome to New York, so I didn't get down to the from the vaults.
I clicked Welcome to New York. I heard the first couple like hits and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I love this album dearly. I know what it's going to sound like. So let me start from the bottom, what I really want to listen to, and then I'll
Okay,
make my
that's
way
smart.
back to the top. So I think, hold on.
How did
sorry,
you feel about the Bad Blood with Kendrick Lamar?
I haven't
liked
heard it yet. I
That was
haven't heard it yet
different.
because it dropped like 2 or 3 hours ago. And between you and me, I was asleep 2 or 3 hours ago. We know. We know. Anyway, so I
No,
started with
I
Slut.
listened to that one first.
I started with
Okay,
Slut.
so how's that one? I haven't got into those yet.
I loved it. Okay, this is my little opinion, but my favorite songs from 1989. I love Clean. I love You Are
Yeah.
in Love, and I love this love, right? But the bonus tracks and I guess like the From the Vault tracks are so reminiscent of that sound that to me it just kind of made me feel like my head was exploding when I was listening to it. So I really love them.
That's what people have been saying. That's what people have been saying about it, that they're like,
Yeah.
holy, how did she do that? Like, how did she make something new feel so nostalgic?
I really loved it. And then specifically Say Don't Go and Is It Over Now? Is it over now? Is it
Yeah,
over now?
I heard a lot of good things about that one.
No.
Yeah, I need to listen to it like as soon as we get off.
No, the insanities that she was saying about Harry Styles, especially on Is It Over Now, she was burying that man, dude. She was
Wait, what did she
burying him.
say? Get
Okay,
into it.
off the top of my head, I can't remember the lyrics because this is a brand new fucking album. I apologize if I'm gonna butcher these lyrics.
Okay.
There was a bit where she was like, "Oh, you're trying to get into a maiden's new bed, like trying to find something better. So is it over now? You're trying to get into models, like a different model's bed. So just to find something better, is this over now?" And then we all know the snowmobile accident that happened
Yes.
when they were together, right? The vehicular
Yes.
manslaughter that they committed
Yes.
in the Swiss Alps, apparently. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was the Swiss Alps online. Um, but whatever. So she was calling
Sounds
back
right.
to that moment that she was like blood on the white snow. And then I don't know if you may or may not remember, but when they had allegedly broken up was January 7th, my birthday.
Her
She was
birthday.
sitting, there was pictures of her sitting alone on, I guess, like a Virgin Island ferry, and they were like on a private island. I don't know if they were on which Virgin Island they were. Like, I don't ask me that question. But there's pictures of her sitting on a ferry in a blue dress, and so here on Is It Over Now, she goes back and calls back to that moment that it's like I was sitting on a boat in a blue dress, blah 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 blah. So it's like, okay, like
Oh my God.
I know he cheated on you. She was dropping things about like how he was making eyes at waitresses, how she had called him like a lying cheater at some point and called him out like on all his bullshit, which we know that Harry Styles is a cheater. Like he is notorious, like he's notoriously said so. But
Goddamn.
that's what you missed. That's what you missed on From the Vault Tracks.
Lee.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and I think that Taylor's done a really good job at just like taking the girlies, especially like directioners, because like we have like a love-hate relationship with Taylor. Like we have like a messy history, right?
We
And
do.
so I think she's done a really good job at staying consistent, at putting out albums. Harry hasn't done that as much. Like his music has been very sparse. So like, and I mean, he had a very successful tour and everything. Like it's he's an
Yeah.
incredible artist. But at the same time, I think, I mean, obviously like they're in their 30s now, so it's like they've grown, like things have changed, but at the same time, like Taylor has proven to us that it's like men suck. Like men suck, and she's like, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna out you because you treated me horribly.
Yeah, she's been very bold and outspoken about the way that people have treated her, and honestly, I respect it. She's just like me. Like I'm not gonna let shit go.
Taylor Swift is just like me.
She's just like us.
She's just like us.
She's just like me.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait to listen to the From the Vaults.
going like on to Harry Styles, like saying like yeah, like his music is very sparse. However, you do have to kind of put it into perspective that he's been in the spotlight since he was 15 years old, 15 or 16 years old,
Same
consistently
with Taylor
dropping
though.
albums. She didn't have like yes and no. Like she didn't have the meteoric rise to fame that he did and the demand that he
I see what you're
unfortunately
saying.
had to meet at 16 years old. Don't get me wrong, like Taylor Swift has always been Taylor Swift and was a household name from the very beginning of her career, but I think the demand that they both had in each of their respective careers was very different. Cuz they were on track to create the world's biggest boy band to outdo
Yeah.
Beatlemania. And I think that that put a lot more pressure on Harry Styles as a young child. So I understand why he's
I
very
see what you're saying.
hesitant on
Yeah.
releasing albums and touring and doing all these, I guess, I don't know, like just doing like these very album centric campaigns because he just
Yeah.
wants to relax. And I get it. And like my guy was on tour for like 3 years in a row. I get it. I
No,
get
yeah,
it.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I get that because also like when he like right post X Factor, even when they were on X Factor, it was like a huge like blow up and rise to fame, whereas hers was more like it took time.
It took
And
her
so
time. Yeah.
I she's had a 20-year long career and Harry, I don't know, 15 or so, but like it yeah, it's very different. It's very different too.
Yeah,
Just like the
I
amount of
don't
fame.
correct. And like I don't want to like discredit everything that she's done. I just want to like I'm just pointing out the fact that like the demands that they each had at the very beginning of their career was widely different and I think that that
Sure.
also would impact the way that they view the way that they interact with their fans and the way that they put themselves in the public now.
Sure, yeah. I see your point.
Yeah.
And I agree. Also, hard left. Halloween is tomorrow. No, Halloween is not tomorrow. I just lied to them. Oh my God.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I decided to steer the conversation left because we could talk about this for another like 2 hours
That's
and we're already
true.
at
And
20 minutes.
that's true, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We have to have like a whole pop culture episode because like Sophie is the pop culture like expert here.
It tickles my
I
brain.
know what I know. I know what I know because of Sophie. Like I spend my fair share of time on social media, but she knows such niche things too that I'm like, wait, what? And like it's incredible. It's incredible to see.
We can say that I'm just chronically online.
Listen, I'm chronically online, but like I don't like I think I stick to the stuff because I'm very much creature of habit. So, but you're also on Twitter, which Twitter is a whole nother world. I'm not
I
on
live
Twitter.
my life on twitter.com, yeah.
She does, yeah. I don't. I stopped using Twitter after I started getting like in way too many fights, in high school.
Yeah,
So
that's not what Twitter's for. That's
I
not what
know I would get
Twitter's
in
for.
fights with people. I used to be so angsty and so angry, so I stopped using Twitter.
I I agree with that one. I was also very angsty and angry.
Yeah, I mean it happens. It's fine. We've grown. But we were talking about earlier about our Halloween costumes because today is Friday and Halloween is on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna
Halloween's
be
on Tuesday, my
Barbie. I
love.
got like the
It's
oh
Tuesday, October 31st. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't
the
worry. Don't
gag
worry.
the gag is that I'm not even gonna do anything on Tuesday. I will be doing my celebrating tomorrow, but however, furthermore. I got my Barbie jumpsuit at Spirit Halloween, and I'm gonna be like when they're like leading like the revolution of Barbies. And I got it because it's really easy
That's really
and
slay.
simple.
That's really
Yeah, and I'm gonna
slay.
put my hair up in a like little slick ponytail, and that's gonna be fun. Sophie, would you like to share with the class what what you're gonna
Yes,
be?
I would love to. Okay, first of all, let me start with the recommendation that Issa gave me. Um, allegedly, I have a really good Mort impression from Madagascar. It's
Is his
allegedly.
name Mort?
Is Mort, yeah. The little one is
I thought it
Mort,
was
and then no. Maurice is like his henchman, but Mort is the little guy. Yeah, it's Mort,
So
Maurice,
you've
and King
you've
Julian.
neglected so you've neglected to correct me this entire time.
No, because King Julian does scream out for Maurice. Like that's like you're not wrong.
That's what Esty was doing.
No, Esty was doing King Julian.
No, yeah, he was doing it. He was doing when he yells out, "I cannot."
Oh,
What is it? I cannot.
I
What does he say?
I cannot move it, move it.
He was really good
Maurice.
at that. So that's what I suggested to Esty, and I was like, Sophie, would you like to do your more impression for the class?
No.
Okay, I'll do it. King Julian, I love you, King Julian. Please, King Julian. If we ever get ad reads, we're doing it only in the Mort voice.
Okay, challenge accepted. We'll do
There
it.
we go. So
But
I
yeah,
suggested that because also Sophie's tiny and Este's very tall, so I was like, it would work perfectly, but they
that is
decided to go another
true.
route.
Correct. So we all know about the Lightning McQueen croc drop that happened forever ago and how they're very highly sought after
True.
crocs. My boyfriend, the car enthusiast that he is, of course he has the Lightning McQueen crocs. I gave them to him. And then me wanting to be included, I got
You.
myself the Mater crocs.
Me wanting to be included.
Me wanting to be included in everything, I got myself the Mater crocs. So we're gonna be Lightning McQueen and Mater for Halloween. We don't have
That's
any
so funny.
plans though. We just have the crocs.
Just wear red and brown. That's literally it.
I
Like
can
Este wears
try.
red.
I found the most beautiful dress at Zara that would really I don't know, it kind of just
Later,
speaks to Mater's essence, but I'm not gonna spend $70 on a dress that I may or may not have plans for.
Mater Yassified is gonna
A
be
yassified
Sophie on
Mater.
Halloween.
That's what I was gonna try to
Yeah,
do.
a chic
I'm
and
still
feminine
doing it
Mater.
though. You know what?
Well,
Maybe I should get like brown PJs so like we can have like a night in with our Crocs and our PJs.
oh, that's super cute. And there's a bunch of
Yeah.
red stuff right now too because of Christmas. Like if you go to Target. But I was also gonna say like you could totally wear your overalls with like a brown shirt under with your Crocs and
Oh
like a
my
little
God, I
trucker
even
hat if you
forgot
want
that I
it.
had overalls.
No, I totally just like remember when you said like Mater, I was like she could wear the overalls.
I
And like that would
forgot
be
that I had
perfect. And just like
overalls.
wear like a little brown, like a brown baby tee or something under if you
Wait,
have.
how did you know I have overalls?
Because you sent me a picture when you got overalls.
Oh, that's right.
It was like it was like a moment in history. You were like, you said I bought overalls, and I was like, what the fuck? And you were like, yeah, I did. And you
I
sent me
was
a picture, and I was like,
I
this
couldn't I
is
could
a,
it's a choice.
I was like, this is a canon event.
It was a moment in time. I also have only worn the overalls once. So I was like, how does Issa know that I have overalls? But I guess I did tell
I
you
just know
that and I
everything.
forgot.
You did, and the thing is, I wasn't dissociated at the time, so I remember. I actually like it sat in my mind,
And I think it was probably
and like
so
that's
jarring
something
for
that's
you
just
that
like in my long term.
yeah, you're like, what the fuck is she wearing?
Yeah, I was like, she got overalls. And then I think you show me a picture of you when you bought them, and then you posted a story or something. See, like this is the kind of stuff I remember. Do I
Oh, I
remember?
did post a story.
You posted a story or something in them, and I was like, okay, they actually look really, really good.
I
And
think
I was like,
yeah,
that's
I
actually really
think
cute.
the one time that I wore them, um one of the girlies, one of my work besties, she had I'm trying to find the photo for reference. One of my work besties, she had bought like a Polaroid and she's like, I'm gonna take pictures of everyone.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw.
So
And you were like,
there
yeah, it's the
is
day that I'm wearing mine. Yeah,
yeah, I actually have that photo like pinned to my cubicle with all my besties. I don't even know where this.
that's cute.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh
that's
my
what I
God, you're
saw.
so right. I did post it.
I'm telling you, I remember. Like I'm your biggest fan.
I posted it in July.
I'm your biggest fan.
No, and I love you so much for that. Thank you.
I remember everything. And I also was like, I contemplated, like, I looked up like overalls after you sent that to me. And I was like, should I get overalls? But I was like, I can't do overalls. I can't do it. I was like, it works for Sophie, but I was like, I simply can't. So
Yeah.
that's going to be our Halloweens. Now, with that being said, why don't we get into friendship?
I think I think this is the long-awaited topic. We had a couple requests from Issa's live, but this was
From all
also
14 of
something.
you.
Yeah, this was also something that we had originally said we were gonna do last time.
Yeah,
It
we
was
came up with
just
it.
it came up. It last time just was a weekend update.
Yeah, it was also our pilot episode. We were just, I
We're
was in the
figuring things
hiring
out.
process. I was seeing how I could hire Sophie as my co-host. I was like, does she deserve the 401k? Does she deserve the health insurance?
Correct. I don't have any of that, so yeah, I do have health
All
insurance,
signs,
but I don't have a
all signs
401k.
point to yes.
But thank you.
I have, I guess I'm doing really well for myself. I have both. I have a 401k and health insurance, but it's through my
Yeah.
papa.
Well, my parents so gracefully still have me on their health insurance because I don't have health insurance through work yet.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have, that's what I'm on like my parents' plan. So, speaking in like, oh, I just came up with such a good little transition in my head. So that's one of the things is like health
Yeah.
insurance, like as an adult, is really difficult, right? So Sophie's 25, I'm 24. So soon in January, you're gonna be cut off of your parents' insurance at 26.
No. In Florida,
Wait.
it could be up to your 30th year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
here it's
then
26.
in most states, it's through the end of your 26th year, but there's other states
Oh, okay.
that literally at the end of your 26th month, like let's say that your birthday's in I don't know, September.
Oh, that's so strange that you picked that month.
No, it is so strange that I picked that month because
Wow.
so yeah, so if September is your 26th month, at the end of September, your health insurance is pulled from under you
Yeah,
if
that's
you're on your
crazy. I think
parents'
that's what's
plan.
gonna happen. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen to me. I think here in Virginia it's 26. Correct us in the comments if we're wrong, because we probably are.
Guys,
But
I'm not a lawmaker, so I
um,
don't know.
we are the lawmakers, so we are the people. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union. I'm not gonna
What
go.
is
I'm not
that?
gonna.
What is that?
That's just a preamble. What are you talking about? It's the preamble.
No, but
In
why are
order to
you
form
singing
a
it
more
like that?
perfect union. Because that's how I remembered it. Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. I had to remember it. You never did the preamble song in eighth
Ye-
grade?
I didn't do a song for it, but I did have to memorize it.
Was I in like a what kind of class was I in? Because they were like, we're gonna learn the song. There's a preamble song, like on YouTube. You just search it up, it's the preamble song. That's how I memorized the preamble.
I
And I
memorized it
was
by
like,
just
this is a good
memorizing it.
song. Oh. Yeah, no, I have to have some kind of music. Like we're doing the bone dance with that. Perfect for me. I love that. But however, this is the kind of stuff that you start having to worry about when you're in your adulthood. Same as
Yeah.
friendships in adulthood. That was something that we got a comment about of how do you navigate friendships in adulthood? And I feel like we've both, like we said in the last podcast, like we've both had our fair share of like friendship breakups. And I think
Yeah.
that when you're starting to embark in your adulthood and your journey into, I guess like more responsibilities and a little bit of independence, it can be really difficult to sustain friendships.
Yeah, and I think that it's just something that I've been consistently seeing a trend, especially like in our age bracket, that the older you get, the more difficult it is to make new friends. And in turn, I don't want to say that it's difficult to keep the friendships that you currently have, because your friends are your friends for a reason. They're in your life for a reason, but there are circumstances that arise that maybe you weren't aware of specific things, or life is changing, that the friendship is just not as easy and it's just not as smooth. And I think that's just part of growing up and like understanding that we're all on a different journey, and at the end of the day we're all trying to accomplish different things in our lives to be able to create whatever it is that we want to get to.
Yeah, I agree. I think like when I, for example, in like adulthood, I see adulthood as like just in your 20s, just 20 and up.
Yeah.
And I like, for example, when I got married, because I got married at 21, like it was really jarring to see like the amount of friendships that were lost just because, and I'm not talking like so many friendships. I'm just talking like people
No,
that I
I get
used to
you.
consider a
I
friend,
get you.
college and high school. Even when I got engaged, I lost a lot of friendships because people were talking so negatively about it. Like these girls in high school would like talk in a group chat. If you're watching, you know who you are. You're definitely not watching, but they would like talk in a group chat talking
That's so
smack about me getting
mean.
engaged. And they're like, I understand someone at 19 getting engaged after 3 months of being with their boyfriend. I get it. People are like, oh, she's pregnant. She
It's
has to be pregnant.
jarring.
What's going
Yeah.
on? I get it. I do get it. But like, if anyone knows me, you know that as difficult as it is for me to make a decision, when I make a decision, it's because I'm
You know
confident
it's
in that
right.
decision,
You know
especially
it's
one
right.
like that.
In your heart,
Yes.
it's right. Yeah.
And yeah, and I trust my moral judgment and like my moral compass and I trust my gut. So like when I heard about these girls that I considered friends talking smack about me in a group chat and like I was shown the receipts, it was like immediately cut off. And like some of them have the
No.
audacity now that I'm on like TikTok and stuff like that. They'll be like, "Oh my God, how are you? Miss you so much." Blah, blah. Like want to link up and I'm like,
Girl,
"No."
no.
Because I know who if I see you in a room, if I see you at a cafe, at a restaurant, I will say hi to you. How are you? Because I do care about human beings,
Of
but I know
course.
that you're just being a snake. So
There's
like
no need for that.
when you start
Yeah.
like yeah, like when you start experiencing like life changes like that, I feel like people either become really judgmental or might be projecting their feelings of like I remember there was this one girl who was like with her boyfriend for like so long, and then when I said that I was engaged, she like immediately turned on me, and I don't know, it was so weird. But I don't know, don't you feel like when you experience like a I don't know, like a shift or like a new job or like a new relationship or something like that, like friendships shift with that?
I think I don't want to like I don't want to assume that everyone has malicious intentions like towards
Right.
us in these like new situations, but I do think that maybe some of it could be rooted in the fact that it's difficult to grasp that you're entering a new journey into your life, and they have literally no context of that, and they're not entitled to that context.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it may be just a difficult concept to grasp, and in turn it turns into something like their feelings then turn into something negative as opposed to just confusion and wanting to understand. And I don't know, like I don't want to ever assume that people have malicious intentions, but I do think that your confusion could then drive you into a hole where you are coming off negative and mean, and that's just energy
Yeah.
that's unwarranted. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
And no, it makes complete sense. And also, when you're in your 20s, girl, it is so hard for everyone to be in the same place. Like me and Sophie, not in the same place,
We've
but
never been
I
in
mean,
the
she's
same
just like
place,
me.
yeah.
No, never. And it's also because like we are like there is like a year and a half, 2 year age gap, but even then, like we're never in like the same yeah, like we're never in the same place, but are always able to like respect where we are, of the other person and try and find like a medium ground of
Yeah.
like relatability, and it's when you're
Yeah.
in your 20s, it's difficult for everyone to be in the same place. Like it's really hard, and you can't expect to be like, okay, I got married at 21, I'm gonna have a baby at 25, I'm gonna buy a house at 27, and I'm gonna have my family built by 30. I'm like, girl, when I was 15, I thought I was gonna be a mom at 22. I'm like, I don't
No
even foresee
way.
that in the next until I'm like 32. So like things
Yeah.
start changing.
Of course. And I think I don't know, like this is like I've gone through experiences where in a previous relationship my best friends were like, this guy sucks, like he's not the one for you. And obviously he's not. However, but in that moment in time I was like, what do you know? Like I'm just living my life, I'm
Sure.
learning and blah 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 blah. And it was just my best friends trying to look out for me, and I refused to even acknowledge that they were trying to do that. And now I understand what they were trying to do. Um, but I think sometimes like your friends do have your best interests in mind in that aspect
Mm-hmm.
when you're coming into a new like chapter into your life. But
Mm-hmm.
whether you see it or not in that moment, like that's a different story.
There's a balance to be had though with that, because
Correct.
I remember there were times that I told you, I was like, Sophie, that's probably not right that like you do X, Y, and Z,
Yep.
and because I'm trying to look out for you, and vice
Yep.
versa, because I had a weird era, like
Yep.
16 to 19.
We all
So
had a weird era
there's
at
a
16
balance
to
to be had of
19.
like we all did. We all did. Leave yours in the comment below. But I think that like I would tell Sophie like things that was things that were going on in my life, and she was going through different things at the time, and though we weren't going through the same stuff at the same time, I could shed some light onto her situation and vice versa,
Yeah.
but like without me imposing my experiences. Like I'm talking, it's like what we talked about last time, where like parents, you kind of try and protect your child with
Yeah.
like speaking through experience, have lived experience, and you have wisdom in this kind of stuff, and wisdom isn't uh age. You're not wise because you're older. You're
Of
wise
course not.
because you've lived through things. So I
Correct.
think that like me and Sophie, like we always we never tried to impose on each other, and I think that that's a reason why some of my friendships kind of dwindled out, because I felt like I was trying to live in a facade or a narrative or in an image that someone had created of me based off of my past self, based off my past actions,
Correct.
based off when they met me. And that's a lot of pressure to trying to live into the image of other people that they've created for you. So
Yeah.
it's a balance of like you would never do that. Why are you doing that now? Like if Sophie went out to, I don't know, if Sophie started like Olympic weight lifting, I wouldn't be like, Sophie, like she's like, no, I want to be an Olympian. I wouldn't be like, Sophie, you've never done that before. Why are you trying to do it now? It's okay, girl. Let's go. Let's
Get it,
get it.
girl
Let's embark into
boss.
this new chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it, girl, bossy queen. The other day, Josh has been spending way too much about. Wait, speaking of best friends, the other day, you want to know who he said is tied for his best friend spot?
Was it me?
It was you, my mom, and my tia Derly.
Josh said that I'm one of his best friends?
Yeah, it was at Tia Lina's house. I was at our aunt house. Yeah, and he was like, they're tied, and he was like, they're all my girly pops, and I was like, girl, you've been spending way too much time around me.
No, because that's the biggest compliment that I can get from Josh. Oh my, I'm so excited. I'm
And I
so
had
excited.
I had witnesses, Erica, Nick, my brother and his wife, and our aunt and Lucas, our cousin, were in the room with us. They bear witness to him calling you, my mom, my aunt, tied for besties, and calling you guys his girly pops. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna
Speechless.
live. I'm literally
Speechless.
gonna live on cloud nine for the rest of the day. I literally told Issa, Josh is my best friend, but I don't think I'm his.
It's like unrequited love, but unrequited friendship.
Oh my God. No, that's it. I'm done. Thank you. I'm
No, goodbye.
I'm
Goodbye,
done.
everybody.
I'm done.
Goodbye.
Thank
We're
you.
ending it. Yeah, she's
That's
gonna
so
she's
funny.
gonna go. She's gonna be nonverbal for the rest of the episode now.
No, literally. I have to
I'm
sit and
excited.
process this. I
Yeah.
was gonna
Oh,
say
speaking of
something to
friendships.
you. I was gonna say something to you, and
Oh,
I don't remember what I
sorry.
was gonna say to you.
Oh my God, I just started getting a cramp in a place I've never gotten a cramp before, right here on my forearm. Ow.
Is
I'm
that from
fine.
your weightlifting today?
No, it's from holding this tiny little microphone for 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm fine.
It's not
I'm
even from
chilling.
weightlifting. I was just holding it so awkward.
Just like,
Ugh.
oh, damn, I
Oh my
can't
God, I'm just
remember
so
what I was
petite
gonna
and I'm
tell
so
you.
skinny.
We'll circle back to it
Um,
eventually. It had to do with friendship.
no shit.
You know what? You
I'm
know
sorry.
what?
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Because I
I'm
was
trying to
talking. I was telling. No, I was telling you about. I was like, if you decided to do Olympic weight training, I wouldn't be like, you've never done that before. Why are you doing that? I would be like, go ahead, go pussy queen. Like,
No, and you're
I
so
would like,
right.
no,
No,
yeah,
and you're so right, but I could not tell you what I was. That's okay. You know what?
that's fine. Let's just move forward.
Yeah, let's just move forward.
The
Um,
only way, the only way is up.
Correct. And this is something that I had said before in the past, and I don't know if maybe you would agree with it, but I was out with some friends, and then I had made a comment saying that strong female friendships
Oh,
can be as important as a romantic relationship.
agreed.
And it
100%.
I remember having that conversation, and it took a little bit of explaining on my part for someone to understand why it's not like derogatory towards your friendships at all. Um
Hmm.
and what I meant by that was that as a woman you are divinely connected to other women for whatever reason, and
Sure.
the experiences that we obviously go through as women, like the intricacies and the nuances of who we are, and like
Mm-hmm.
what it is growing up to, what it is like growing up in male dominated industries and male dominated spaces as women. It's something that men are never going to understand. Your romantic
Yeah.
partners, like your if your romantic partners are men or identify as men, like they're never going to fully understand what it is like to live and breathe and identify as a woman.
And how could they? It's a big ask for them to truly fully grasp that without having
Yeah.
experienced that. And so I completely
Yeah.
agree. I think that's really interesting that you say that because like having even like a group of friends or having just like
Yeah.
one friendship in womanhood is really really important, especially, and I mean it doesn't have to be something like us where we grew up together like experiencing so many different
Yeah.
things together, which I think is so beautiful and so special, but having those
Yeah.
friendships in a place that you can find solidarity. Do you hear Duke
Yeah.
whining in the background? He's looking at me
No,
like
I
this right now.
don't. I wish I could,
Okay,
but no, I
but
don't. Um,
but
but yeah, I get you.
no, yeah, I
And
really like that. I really really like that.
yeah, and aside from you, like my closest female friends, like my closest like female best friends, I've picked them up at different points of my life, and they've seen me from whatever point they met me at to now.
Hmm.
So I think that that's something that's also incredibly important, that you have those strong female friendships, that they understand the things that you've gone through and how that's gotten you to where you are now.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I think it's a really beautiful thing.
you could shed light and wisdom and give advice and really encourage and empower the women around you too.
The
Yeah.
closest female friends that I've had, like my closest like female best friends, I've acquired at different points of my life, and I think that it's really important that we've stayed so strong and we've stayed so connected, even though obviously like shit happens, like you guys grow apart for brief periods of time, or
Hmm.
for whatever reason, like you don't speak for brief periods of time, you go through rough patches, you guys fight, you guys argue, but at the end of the day, like those are the strong female friendships that I'm kind of referring to, that the ones that are always going to be there regardless of whatever stage of life you're in, whatever stage of life they're in. They respect and value
Hmm.
your friendship, and I think that that's something that's going to take you from one point to the next, that having like that strong solid core of women just
Yeah.
rooting for you, because they're the only ones, not, I don't want to say that they're the only ones, but they truly truly understand what it is like to live life as a woman, and like the nuances that
Mhm.
we have to experience in the workplace, we have to experience going out in public, that
Mhm.
it's just very, it's very, to me it's very silly things that I shouldn't have to explain as to why certain things make me uncomfortable, but
Mhm.
women just get it, you know?
Yeah, and it's difficult, like even like so if we're both in long-term relationships, and like
Mhm.
sometimes like the small niche things that I get angry about or that piss me off, sometimes my partner doesn't understand it, and he's just like kind of, I'm not saying like clueless, he's just kind of
No,
like
I get
confused
you.
as to like why it would upset me, and he tries to like, he's empathetic about it, but there's a slight connection that can be lost when you haven't
Yeah.
experienced these things yourself. And so even friendships, like these friendships, I think all kinds of friendships are important, even like parasocial relationships, like friendships.
Oh,
I
I'd
think
love to talk
they're
about my parasocial relationships right now.
I think that they're so important. I think that they're so kooky and fun. Like you said, silly. Like I
Yeah.
love what the girl is, and even like I could literally say I love you to a complete stranger, but it's because like, girl, I know you in like some form of the sense. Like I follow you on social media. Obviously, you shouldn't believe everything that you see on social media. It's only like a fraction of what's going on. But
Correct.
like there's like I don't think that a friendship either has to be like defined by you've experienced so much together, you're trauma bonded together, you've grown up together,
No, of
you
course
have
not.
you have given an arm and a leg for the relationship or for the friendship. I think it's also like friendships that are like, I don't know, like online, like on TikTok or on Instagram or on Twitter, or friendships that are um you met someone once, or you work
Yeah.
with someone, or they're a friend of a friend of a friend or something like that. I think like those are really
Yeah.
important too. Just like those silly fun kooky friendships. Like when I was in Miami and I met Sophie's best friend Nikki and I met her best friend Julie, I was like, oh my God, we're all friends. Like after one time of meeting and going to the mall, I was like, we are
Yeah.
friends.
And I think that's the beauty of womanhood. You guys are we're all forever friends for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I love it. Like I feel bonded to you guys, and honestly very, very happy also to have people who aren't afraid to like introduce their friends to other friends. You know what I mean? Like there is the protective factor sometimes of like you want to protect your friend. You don't want anyone to like have malintent or
Yeah, of
against
course.
them or toward them. But like my core people, like were all at my wedding. Like you,
Yeah.
Dorothy, Hunter, like it was like all of I don't know. Like it was like all of like my personalities meeting. It was
Yeah.
really
And
funny.
that goes back to what I was telling you. It's like people that you've picked up at different points in your life, that they mean different things, but they've seen you grow through so many different stages. And I'm not saying that that's essential to a friendship, but I'm saying that when you do have that, it makes such a beautiful connection. It makes such a beautiful
Yes.
relationship that you have with those friends, that you just innately know what you guys need from each other in that very moment.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah. And I
yeah.
think that that's I think very apparent in all times, in all chapters of your life, whether you're
Hmm.
young or you're older or you're married or you're with kids. I think it's just it's important to consider like
Yeah.
also the different roles that friendships come with too. Like there are definitely people that if they called me asking me to drive to their house to look for their dogs that ran away, I might not pick up the phone. But then there are other people that I would like
God bless Nikki.
get
Yeah.
in a car. Yes, exactly. So there's like
Yeah.
there's like also different roles that friendships come with. Like you're not going to wear the same hat for every single friendship that you have, right?
Yeah.
So like I have my friends that I do specific things with too because of like
Yeah.
similar interests and
Yeah.
like there's not everyone I could call up and be like, "Hey, do you want to come to this concert with me?" Some people would be like, "You're
Yeah.
crazy." Sophie's like, "I'm there."
Guys, I have been to I don't know how many concerts in my life. I stopped
Girl.
keeping track when I was in middle school at this point.
That's
I
insane. I could probably count on both hands how many concerts I've been to.
I can't. I can't. I
It's
literally
wild.
this is why like I wanted to go into the music industry because like I want to be surrounded by music all
Yes,
day every day. Literally, as you can see by my
literally.
my vinyl part like my partial vinyl collection, I have like 100 or 150, 200 more. I don't know how many vinyls
That's
I have,
crazy.
but
That's see, like,
I love it.
that's
I love it.
that's wild. Yeah, she's always been her. This Barbie's job is concerts.
My job is literally music.
Yeah. And that's really funny though because me and Sophie both have like this crazy connection to music, but in such different ways. Like so like even in the artists that we listen to, and then
Yeah.
like Sophie loves I think you very much love like concert industry based, obviously, and you love music. I
Yeah.
am more of a I like to perform and
Yeah.
I grew up performing. So for me there's like that plus like musicals and Broadway and stuff like that. Like it's really interesting though because we can always throughout our friendship there's always been like a link, like a kind of like string to tie us together with music. An invisible string, if you will.
When I would drag you to random parts of the US to come see concerts with me, we've been to
I
Philadelphia,
think we
we've
should go
been to
back
New
and yep.
York.
Mhm.
Not literally
I think
Philadelphia and New York are not random parts of the country, but it's random to you and I because we're not in the
and
area.
DC
And DC,
and
we've done
DC.
DC. I think
Yeah.
that's,
I
yeah, I think that's all I've taken you. That's all I've dragged you to.
yeah, but I was happy to go. I think
No,
we
and
should
I
go
had a
back into
wonderful
that era.
time. No, I agree with you. How do you feel about
Great.
going to Madison Square Garden to see the 1975 in 2 weeks?
When? In
In two
two
weeks.
weeks?
Yeah.
That's bold. When is two
Oh,
weeks?
okay, because here's the thing. It's
Do you have a free ticket?
fuck. No, I don't have a free ticket. I wish. I wish I had a
Damn.
free ticket. I remember when I started working in the industry, I'm like, does anyone know the 1975? And they're like, we know them, but we don't know them like that. I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
I can't use a plug to get to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna be here or not in 2 weeks, but I think I am gonna be here in 2 weeks. So therefore, I want to go see the 1985 at Madison Square Garden.
Do
It's
you
always been
have
a dream of
tickets?
mine. No, I can
What? Okay,
find
great.
tickets.
So,
I can
wait, so
find tickets.
is this the weekend of November 10th?
It's the week of November 10th. I believe it's November 12th or 13th.
Because the 12th is a Sunday, 13th is a Monday.
Okay, so then I'm so incredibly wrong. So I think it might be the 15th or 16th because I think it's like that Tuesday, Wednesday. Because I know
Tuesday,
no, the fourth
14th,
the
Wednesday.
14th is a Tuesday because I have a Reformation sample sale the 14th. So I think it's the
Okay,
15th.
so
Do you
Reformation
want to come?
sample sale?
Do you
Okay.
want to come to Miami?
But you think I'm gonna go to Miami for no, I'm gonna enlist you into doing what you did for me last time if you would so kindly. Sophie went to a
No,
sample
of
sale last
course.
time,
Sorry.
however long ago it was, and then she went back the
This was like
next day and she
this was
FaceTimed
like
me. I was
six
like,
months
whatever
ago.
you see. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
6 months, I'm due. I would love if you could do the same for me.
I got
I
you.
literally told Sophie, I
I
was like,
got you.
whatever you see that you like and just like reminds you of me, just pick it up. And then she FaceTimed me. Nikki held it all up to the camera and I said,
Yep.
yes, no, yes. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna send you $450.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
No,
Um,
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
yeah,
Reformation.
I love it. So, okay, we'll see. We'll chat more off the podcast. But if you guys want to go, 1975, Maddie, if you're listening, we would love tickets.
Maddie Healy, I love you so much. I saw you I think last
Recently,
week.
last week. Hmm.
Last week.
I actually I'm
I
gonna
miss you
speak to my
dearly.
management. I'm gonna speak to my management and see if because they're all in New York, so I'm gonna see if they can maybe
I
do
miss you
something.
dearly. He's been singing all
I'm
my
gonna see.
favorite songs since he came to Miami, and that really pisses me off.
Well, because he knows that you're there.
I know. I know.
Yeah, he knows that you're there.
He didn't do my favorite songs in Miami, but all the other tour dates afterwards, he's been sprinkling in my favorite songs, and it doesn't sit well with my spirit. So for that reason, I need to go to Madison Square Garden to make sure that I see them.
There's no one that loves the 1975 more than Sophie loves the 1975.
Maybe
To put
Nikki.
it that way.
Maybe Nikki.
Well, same brain,
Yeah.
same essence. Honestly, when I talk
Uh,
about Nikki, it's Sophie.
that's
Um,
true.
um, So to end to end the podcast, For maybe we can make this like a segment how we end all podcasts.
That
So
is
there can be a
true.
beginning, a middle, and an end because, it's important to consider the fact that podcast should have those instead of just being jumbled up words. So,
We'll get
do
there.
you
We'll learn
have,
that as we go.
yeah, we're not perfect. So, what advice would you give your younger self in terms of friendship?
In terms of friendship,
Yeah, I know that's a
um,
broad, hard-hitting
no,
question, but what?
I think this was a conversation that I was having a couple nights ago, um,
Mhm.
with another one of my besties. Because we're just going through a little something at work, and we're just trying to navigate through that. And the advice that I had given her for work that I think is applicable to friendships is that the things that are thrown in your path, the same way as people that are thrown in your path, they're in your life for a reason. You don't know what the reason is until you get to the end of that lifespan, and you may never get to the end of the lifespan because they're lifelong friends. Maybe they're friends that you have for 2 years, maybe it's friends that you have for 5 years. I think that at the end of the day, that's something that you're going to learn as you go along the way. Um, and the reason that they're there is not going to be apparent in the time that you're in that moment with them, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or was that a bunch of jumbles?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It was
Okay.
both jumbles and it was wise jumbles.
Guys, I love to jumble. I love to
One thing,
jumble.
Jumbletina, and Bambletina.
Tina. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I really love that.
I think that the most important thing to my younger self, I guess to like dumb it down for, I don't know, 14-year-old me, 15-year-old me, would be like people in your life for a reason. You don't know what the reason is, but enjoy them while they're there.
Yeah, I love that. I think my
Yeah.
advice to my younger self, and it's something that I've caught myself saying a lot in like recent years, is friendships, always remember quality over quantity. Because I
Yes.
always wanted to
Yes,
have a
yes,
lot of
yes.
friends. I wanted to be popular. I wanted people to know me. And it got to a point in like high school and college that a lot of people knew me, but it actually wasn't beneficial to my friendships. And a lot of friendships were cut off and not high quality friendships. And so, I've always been saying quality over quantity. And this is something that I'm really trying to apply in like a lot of different sectors of my
Mm-hmm.
life, not just friendship. But I would tell like 14-year-old Issa, like, stick to the ones that, will really ride for you and really understand and love you and are not out to get you, that are
Yeah.
just truly admire you and your soul and your essence.
Yeah.
And so it's similar to yours as well. So yeah, I think oh my God, we are so wise.
We're so in sync.
I can't we are so locas. I can't believe us. Oh my God, why are people texting right now?
You're
We're
popular.
that's literally what I'm talking about. But you're
You're
also in this
literally
group chat, which is
so popular.
hilarious.
I'm in that group
You're
chat.
in that group. Yes. Oh my
What?
God. Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay.
I have this group chat muted
Well,
because
so
I
do I. So I don't know why it's coming up on my laptop right now, which is really annoying. But I'm gonna cut that part out because
um
that's really obnoxious.
I was gonna say something. Um, just
Okay,
mute it on your
hold on.
computer.
That
Put
is
your
so
computer on do not
obnoxious.
disturb. Put your computer on do not disturb. I don't have my iMessage connected to my computer for that exact reason. I don't want to be on meetings. Like I don't want to have to be on a call with someone and my computer going ping 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 ping. I
No,
have
I know
it
that's really
disconnected
obnoxious.
for that exact reason.
Yeah, that's really obnoxious.
Um,
I just exited out of messages. I'll just log in later, but I'll cut that out. But
yeah,
whatever you were gonna say it.
I was gonna say something regarding to our friend groups too, because we all have like vastly different friend groups, and all your friend groups. I don't want to say that they serve a different purpose because your friends are your friends for a reason and they're in your life for a reason. It's not that you're gonna interchange them for different moments of your life. It's just I think that they like there's different people that are equipped for different situations and there's different people that are equipped for different aspects of life, and I think that your friend groups are reflective of the different aspects of life that you're going to be walking through because they're equipped to go with through you through they're not equipped to go through you. Oh my
In
god,
you, they're gonna go in you.
I'm scared. I'm
They're gonna go in you and
scared.
through you.
I'm scared. Like
That
that
a
one time
cool?
that your brother gave us salmonella.
me and Sophie absolutely shitting from our asses in a mall we've never been to with no toilet paper. That's a story for another time.
That's a story for another podcast. But anyway, back to what I was saying is that we have different friend groups. I don't like. I feel like it's mean to say that our friends groups serve different purposes. It just goes back to everyone's equipped to deal with something different, and your friend groups are just reflective of either the different eras of your life or the different moments in time that you have walked through / will continue to walk through.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
100%. No, 100% agreed. 100% agreed.
We have kooky ass little friend groups.
Oh my God. My friend group is right here. We're all here.
I think I have quite the eclectic friend group, if I
do.
do say so myself.
You do. You do. I think friend groups is really interesting. Friend groups is really interesting because like part of it is I think that I don't have a friend group. I have a lot of different friends from
Okay.
different places. But like I think here like where me and my husband live is very like we don't see it as like a permanent place, so we don't try
Yeah.
and like tether ourselves to anyone
I
else.
get you.
So like our friend group is like the gym, like the people at the gym that we go to, like we're pretty close to them, but there aren't as many like it's more like liked interests through Josh, like my husband and them,
That's fair.
like it's less so me. So I've also moved a lot in my life, so I've never
Yeah.
been able to settle down into one place and actually make like a cohesive friend group.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, like even if I brought like my friends from all my different like sectors in my life together, like it would still work because
Yeah.
it would. But
Does it make
um
you nervous to bring the friends from like your different sectors, which I guess are also like different friend groups, like together, like for your wedding? Were you nervous that like maybe these are people that haven't necessarily met on a deeper level or like have had more than like 5 minutes of conversation with each other? Like, did that ever freak you out?
no, no, because my
Okay.
friends are always like people who I consider like best friends,
Mm-hmm.
like are similar to me at least. And so I was like, Sophie, check, you can get along with anyone. Like Hunter, check. I was like,
Right.
Sophie will be able to handle Hunter. And then Dorothy, check. I was like, she can get along. She's the most beautiful soul, like beautiful soul. Um, she can get along with anyone.
Um,
So yeah, yeah,
I'm always not that I'm scared, but I'm always nervous. Like when I love throwing parties. Okay, one thing about me, I love a good
he loves a
party.
party.
Yeah,
I
so
never
we
throw parties.
always we always have like at least that I do at
Soirees.
least 3 big parties a year. I do my birthday, I do
Yeah.
my boyfriend's birthday, and we do Friendsgiving. Um,
Oh,
and
that's
so it
nice.
always it always makes me so nervous to bring my different friend groups in because it's like, what if they don't like each other?
Yeah.
What if they don't like each other? And I have one of my best friends. He is quite the kooky man. Um, and I have to warn people about him before they all meet. It's like, hey, he says some crazy things, but don't take it in the wrong way at all,
He comes
please.
with a warning label.
Yeah, I think I even gave you a warning when you came to Miami. I was like,
You
please don't
did.
don't take anything personally. It's just he's kooky. He's
I I think that I know who you're talking about
yeah,
because I've been
you
giving this
probably
warning
do
several
know.
times.
I love
Yeah.
him dearly, but it always makes me it. This isn't about him at this point anymore. This is a new jump. It makes
Yeah.
me nervous, like bringing all my different friend groups together because it's like, what if you guys don't like each other?
Oh,
I don't know how. I don't know how
that's
I'm
a
gonna. I
huge
don't know how I'm
fear.
gonna survive if my friends don't like each other.
No,
My
yeah,
work
that's a huge
friends. I
fear.
need my work friends to like my core group of friends. I need my core group of friends to like whatever new group of friends I'm gonna bring in. Like
Yeah.
I
I've
need to.
I've been in instances where friends were merged from work and college. Not my friends. I was an outlier in this, but like
Okay.
I was like at this uh I'm not like it was a soiree, if you will. And I was like one of the college friends. And then there was
Okay.
like work friends of each of the it was like a couple
Mhm.
and it was work friends of each of the partners
I get
friend
what you're
group.
saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
So like they're separate friends. And it was so awkward. I was like, Oh yeah, this is awkward because like some of your friends from like high school and college are gonna be different to the friends that you make when you're at work. Are gonna be
Oh
different
my
to the
god, of
friends that you make,
course.
So yeah, that's definitely I in my
It's
personal
always
life
been
like
so
with my
nerve-wracking
core.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like with my core friends, no. Like with my core, like couple of people that I have, no. But any outside group of friends, sometimes yes. But then again, like I don't throw parties or anything like that. So I never really have the opportunity to like merge. But I get it. I understand. I want to go to Sapapalooza and see it in
I'm
its full
trying to do
effect.
Sapapalooza next year, but I think with my core group of friends, I'm more because I feel like my core group of friends, I love them dearly and they live in my heart forever and ever. And it's just like five of us, really. Like it's a
Yeah.
small core, it's a small group. But I love them so dearly that if other friend groups that come in to the picture, whether it be my work friends, it could be Estee's friends, it could be which also, do you think that your boyfriend's not your boyfriends, your husband's friends, they're like your uncles?
Ah,
Have you looked at them?
that is
I mean, like
so
the relationship that I
that is
have with you
so
is like the relationship that I have with my uncle. Like I love
you
you,
are
but I don't know
so
enough about you.
funny. You are so funny.
I saw it on
Yes.
Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. It's not my own idea, but I thought about it and I thought it was absolutely hysterical.
No, yeah. I like to a sense to a certain degree, yes. Like
Yeah.
I like my husband has like two really core best friends from childhood, which you met at the wedding. They're
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. Love
And
them.
but like my conversations with them is like what I would talk about with my uncle. How are you doing? What are you doing for work? Blah blah blah. And then sometimes like in certain scenarios, in certain circumstances, like I will like insert myself into the conversation just to like try and bond with them. But like, yeah, it's not. Oh my God, merging my friends has never really been too much of a fear. Merging my friends with my husband's friends, that's a whole nother thing. That's
Yeah, because
crazy.
I get it because I know you both very well, so I
So different.
understand. I
We're so
understand because
different.
you guys are very different. You guys are
We
very
run in different
different.
circles. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you're the very like outgoing. I'm gonna talk to the wall, and he's very much like me, which is why
Yeah, for sure.
I think we get along so well. Is that like we kind of just like to hang out in the background, like just
Just be there.
enjoying things as they come. Like
Yes.
I don't like talking to strangers. So
Oh,
he's just like me. Like he's very quiet, just like me.
yeah. Some of my best friends are people I met at the supermarket. Like, I am a social butterfly. Like, I love talking. A
Are you
bitch
my
will talk.
grandmother?
I am literally Doña Miriam. Like I am in my Señora era. I love talking to people. I love it so much. Like, and Josh sometimes like he'll get mad. Like we like snuck into a house the other day. We snuck into an open house that was going on in a neighborhood that we were driving around trying to manifest
Okay.
us buying a house there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I saw an open house sign and I was like, I stopped the car. I was like, ah, and I put it in a park and I was like, we're going in here. I stood like talking to the realtor guy for like 20 minutes and Josh was like, I am going insane. We have to leave. I feel trapped. Like, you don't understand. Like, why are you just talking to a complete stranger? And I was like, yeah, so my mom went through chemo and blah blah. And he was like, why are you telling this man about everything?
No,
Literally.
because
Yeah,
you are
that's me.
literally my grandmother.
I
My grandma
am.
makes friends with anybody. Like she has her own
Period.
Macy's sales associate. And it's not like she has like a private shopper or anything. No. It's that
That's just her girl.
she knows this woman's schedule, so she will only go to Macy's when this girl when this lady is scheduled so she can buy things off of her and give her commissions. And her name
That's
is
me.
and they have the same name, so they literally
Okay,
and
that's
like she
easy.
comes and she tells me about her entire life, or she comes and she tells me about the butcher's life, and I was like, what do you how do you know the butcher like that? And she's like, oh, just
That's
ask.
so mean.
And the little
Ah,
Colombian restaurant that we have in the corner, she knows them all
yeah.
and she knows their entire life story, and then she comes home and dinner, she's like, well, you're never gonna guess what they told me. It's like, how did you get that out of them?
That's so me. I go to a specific Target, and in the Target, there's a specific Starbucks. And at the Starbucks, I always go to the same girl, and I always has her recommendations because it's so good. And
Hmm.
I go in all the time, and like we're on a first name basis. And I'll be like, "Hey, girl," I'm not gonna say her name, but like, hey girl, how are
Yeah.
you? And she'd be like, oh my God, this is such a good outfit. What have you been up to? And I'm like, you know, the usual girl, what's your recommendation for the day? And she'll give me her recommendation. I'm like, you do it, you go ahead. And then it turns out that one of my favorite Target employees, like in this Target with the Starbucks, is her sister.
Ah,
Is her sister. And she told
ah.
me that the other day. And I go to Target when her sister is working because I love her sister. She's a follower of the podcast. She's a
No,
follower of
you're
the
literally
TikTok and
just like my
everything.
grandma.
I literally, and I'm like, okay, you guys are siblings. I know that her and her, it's actually her birthday coming up this week, and she has a twin brother.
Oh my God, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah, I think she's like going on a trip to the mountains right now. I'm telling you, like, I am literally your grandmother.
That is so funny. Okay, I have one final question because we have 5 minutes left and we have
Yes,
to skedaddle.
I have to be.
Would you consider your hairstylist and your nail tech to be your besties?
No, I consider my hairstylist, my nail tech, and my eyebrow girl to be all my best friends. My eyebrow girl, my eyebrow girl invited me. Her name is CJ. You guys should check her out. She invited me to her Halloween party that's going on tomorrow. And I was like, it's my brother's birthday. I can't go tomorrow. And I texted her
Oh.
that this morning. She was like, boo, your brother. But I really do want to go watch some drag shows with her because she like knows about all the drag shows that go on here. So
Hmm.
yes, consider them all my friends. Do you?
No. Oh my God, yes. And
Okay, they know
my
everything.
boyfriend thinks I'm crazy. My hairstylist and I, like, in my brain, maybe she doesn't think this about me, but we're like
We're
this,
fine.
okay? Like this. I know everything about her. She
Yes.
knows everything about me. I know her
Yes.
children's lives. I know all of her, like, the different things that she's accomplished in her life. I know it all.
Sure. Yep.
My nail tech, he is a weird one. He's a weird
That's
one.
fine. It's fine. So am I.
He has a very strange demeanor, but because of that, I love him dearly. Like,
That's so funny.
he is my ride or die, and I will never go to another nail tech or another hairstylist other than the ones that I currently have.
I know you ride very hard for them. I know. Yeah,
So
I'm
hard,
I'm the
dude.
same. Do I pay way too much money?
Oh my God,
Definitely,
yes.
but
Yes,
I
the
am
tips
so
that I
happy
give
about it. And I'm
them.
like, girl, we had such a good conversation. Like, I sit down with my nail tech for 2 hours, and I sit down with my hairstylist for 2 hours, and my
Yep.
eyebrow girl for an hour. So like,
Yep.
they know stuff about me that no one knows. Like
Yeah.
no one. I would even beg to say that I would probably tell if it just so happened to be this way that I would probably tell them that I was pregnant before I even told my family or my husband.
I just think that the whatever relationship that you have with them like is just so incredibly sacred, and I don't know why. I have no words as to why, but
I
it's
think
just
it's because
maybe
it's
because it's such an
intimate.
intimate thing. You copied me.
Same brain.
You
She's just like
copied
me.
me.
Yeah, it's very
It's a
intimate.
very intimate
And
process.
and the thing is, I was telling my eyebrow girl about this that I have like my eyebrow girl who does like my lamination, my wax, my
Yeah.
nail tech who's also a woman,
Hmm.
and my hairstylist who's also a woman. So I was like, and they all know each other and they all recommended me to each other. So
Oh,
it's
that's
not like
funny.
they're trying to gatekeep each other. Like they love
No,
each
yeah.
other. Well, I don't know if they love each other, but they know each other and they support each other because they're all female run businesses. So it's like there's also that for like at least on my side too.
Oh no, my hairstylist, she's a woman, love her dearly. Like she could be my aunt, okay? Like I leave
Oh,
the hairstylist and I call Esty. It's like you're not gonna believe what she told me today. And he's like, how do you get these things out of her? It's like that's my aunt, guy. Like that's
it's not hard.
literally my tia. That's my tia.
That's your titi. That's your
That's my
titi. She's gonna tell
titi.
you.
That's my
Yeah,
literal aunt.
yeah, I
And
agree.
then
I agree.
same thing with my nail tech. Like he's a dude, but me, I've always been so incredibly picky with the way that my nails look, the way that my hair looks.
Yes,
So he just
yes,
gets me in a level that I don't even need to explain it to him.
yeah,
Or like this again, like literally, we're like this.
yeah. You would trust him with your firstborn.
Oh my God, I would
Yes.
consider making them godparents.
Okay. Making your hairstylist, your nail tech, and your eyebrow person your godparents. Now
Godparents.
that's tea. That's tea.
I think am I being excessive by doing that? Maybe, but am I having
No,
fun talking shit? Yes,
no.
so
And you
much
know
fun.
what? And you know what? Those are friendships that are lifelong. There we go. Boom. Mic drop.
Boom.
And with that, we are ending the episode because we have to go.
I have to go to Pilates, guys. I'm
She has to
sorry.
go to Pilates and I have to pee.
Oh.
Oh man. And also this is a little bit of a long one. So if you stayed this entire time, please comment down below. What should they comment down below?
Um. I don't know.
Your favorite, your favorite
do you
pizza topping.
You know what? No, tell us if you think the pineapple belongs on pizza. You know, that's been done way too many times. I don't like that one. I don't like the pineapple on pizza debate. It's been done way too many
Retract,
times.
retract what she just said.
Retract.
Wait,
I don't know.
retract or redact?
Just tell us what your Halloween costumes are gonna be, or what they were. This is
Yeah,
gonna
what's
come
your
out a
Halloween
week later.
costume? What? Wait,
What were you guys for
what were
Halloween?
you? Yeah, what were you for Halloween? Because this will go up after
Yeah.
Halloween. So what were you for
What were you for
Halloween?
Halloween? What'd you do?
Yeah,
I want to know.
what'd you do? Do you have friends?
Do you have friends?
Do you have friends? Okay, we love you so much. Thank you so much for listening. Podcasts go up every other Friday. We have an Instagram and a TikTok, both at She's Just Like Me Pod, created by yours truly, and we have the YouTube channel and we have our Spotify. So please go find us, and that's it. And
Our
follow.
link will obviously be in bio. So anything that you
Yes.
guys may need from us, you know where to find it. And
Yes, ma'am.
maybe we'll do, I don't know, a little quickie live just for fun.
Oh, we might get on live on the Fridays that we don't post. We might get on live and
We
just give
might.
you guys
We
a
might.
little sneak peek.
We might. We might.
Okay. Don't
All
hold
right,
us to
bestie.
it. Okay. Love you guys so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.